Everybody, it's Invicta. It's time for another Eden Run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance series. Happy Friday, Mosh Pit. I hope your new weekends are going off to a great start here. We did have another video crossing 3,000 likes after a hot week of the like streak, making it to 321 over 330 for the worst Repentance Run era redo video, which you can vote for down below. The voting closes on Sunday, so make sure you get those votes in as soon as possible. Here's your hilarious meme of the day, video of the day, submitted on this Invicta subreddit by the Zakura or the Zikura. Title of the thread was how to properly spend time after work. And in the thread, they also said, my girlfriend filmed me falling asleep at this Invicta video after work. And I'm going to play this a couple of times because it is a little bit wonky to capture video here on OBS, but I'm going to mute the music real quick just so you can hear that it is indeed a Invicta video.
Spider-Bite wasn't inside of our item room, by the way.
Well, the Zikura, I hope you got plenty of sleep, buddy.
Wasn't inside of our item room, by the way.
Yeah. But it also looked like it was the compass. I don't know if I'm not sure if you guys saw that. It looks like there's like I could have swore that was, you can't see my mouse cursor, but that was the compass next to him on the couch there. So thank you very much, Zakura, and also your girlfriend for capturing that hilarious meme of the day. Remember to submit your own memes of the day on the Invicta subreddit /r/Invicta. Go check it out, or do it through Discord. You can do that as well. Oh boy. Seed day is going to be Whiskey Tango 88 Kilo Bravo Delta 3. Look, 2 crawl runs in a row, I cannot handle, or in 1 week, I cannot handle a third game. I'm just letting you know right now. We've got the weekend momentum going. All right. We want some damage. We want some tears. We want everything. We also want to get rid of Plan C as fast as possible. I don't care if we only have 1 cent and 1 bomb. We have got to get rid of Plan C because I have been known to accidentally hit my spacebar item when I'm not trying to, and it's bad news bears all around. We're starting off here with good movement speed thanks to the virus, and that is about it. 2.08 tears rate is pretty bad. 2.66 is god-awful for damage. 5.33 is bad range, and 0.92 shot speed is okay, I suppose. It's not the worst, not the best. The only thing that we have going for us right now is our movement speed, which sometimes that is all you need early on anyway, like the first couple of floors. But obviously, the biggest problem right now is the lack of tears rate. Again, coming off of the tail end of yesterday's run when we had basically no tears for a majority, like 90% of that run until that huge turnaround for the Devil Deal. Yeah. This is going to be a rough start here. I feel like this is one of those times where the game it's trying to, it knows what it's doing. It's trying to rain our parade. It's been a good week for the like streak. It's been a good week of runs, somewhat, minus yesterday and the other day here. We are doing okay. And thank you again for the feedback on the Isaac Passes mod, everybody. That was a lot of good stuff here. Obviously, that video is still going strong. At the time of recording, over 5,000 likes. And bringing it back to the old like streak goals of 2020 and 2021. Okay, we got a golden poop over here. Secret room should be above this room here, but again, it's worth it for us to get rid of the only singular bomb that we had in order for me to just avoid accidentally hitting Plan C. I know that it sounds like a stupid thing to do, and I know that it seems like, well, yeah, just don't hit it. Just don't hit your spacebar, forehead. But how many times have we actually dropped like a bomb or accidentally used our spacebar item unintentionally just because we're on a keyboard? You know, and that is something that that's not exclusive to keyboard users either. It happens all the time. So you just got to be careful with that. It's not worth dying for. It certainly isn't worth losing. I mean, if you can get around. If you can totally avoid not having to worry about hitting Plan C, then do it, in my opinion. Just get rid of it. It's going to be the gurglings here. This is going to be a little bit painful. And we did get an Ace of Diamonds, which does not work on gurglings. We could use it on the flies, but obviously we've already bought everything in the shop, literally. So, yeah, we don't really need to use it. I'm going to save it for a big room that has a bunch of spiders and flies in it. Like, you know that big room with the pooters and the double shooting pooters and the flies and mega flies and trites. You know that one? That's the good stuff right there. I was kind of hoping they were going to get the counterfeit penny out of the golden poop, but oh, for what it did, it basically paid for itself because we have the ace of diamonds. So yeah. But yesterday's video, I mean, it was good discussion. There was it was very, very, very heavy on the strategy yesterday. And I know that there's a lot of people who do enjoy those episodes. I know there's people who enjoy the sort of podcasty episodes as well, where we're just kind of ranting about movies and stuff. But yesterday's run was one of those runs where we just really couldn't, at least not on a comfortable level. When I transition from going from Isaac player to podcaster, that usually means that the run is we're either strong enough to not care at that point, or it's so uninteresting that there's just nothing to talk about, just because we're kind of slogging our way through like obviously a winning run, but not a enjoyable run, a not enjoyable run. There you go. That's the nicest thing I can say about a run in Isaac. We're going to last week's question of the episode, coming on in from Rolly124. This is from the Super C episode, which, yes, it was indeed a Super C reference that I was making in the title, but not in the thumbnail, obviously, because Alex doesn't know Super C. But the title of this was sent in by Rolly124, like I said. Question of the episode: why do you leave behind trinkets when you aren't holding one? Sure, they may not give benefit right away, but holding onto one can't hurt. You got to be more specific on that. There's some trinkets where I just don't care. Like, most of the time, I just don't care about picking them up because they're either going to be negligible or just they don't have much of an impact. Yes, it's true. There's absolutely zero loss. Like if you get like the push pin, for example, like that's not a big deal. If you get Bob's bladder, it's not a big deal. But it's something that if I have to go out of my way for, I'm just not going to do, because I know that it's going to get dropped like a bad habit the second that I can. I got Burkano. But in terms of the of like why that is, I just don't feel like picking them up. Unless if there's a trinket that's really truly top tier. Like I said, those trinkets that don't really have any value, it's so little value that I just don't even care. Out of those two trinkets that I named, though, obviously the push pin probably has more value than Bob's bladder. There's other stuff like, ringworm. There's other stuff like hookworm that do actually have a little bit of a negative property to them, just because I don't like having my tiers messed with, for the most part anyway. No soul heart inside of the shop, by the way. This feels like I don't know why. This feels like okay, never mind. It's just gas. So yeah, it's just one of those things where I just don't care enough to go pick them up. Is that a good excuse? No. Should you do what I do? No. I keep telling people this a lot. You don't and shouldn't play like me. If it does not meet your personal play style, there's no reason to play like me. And I actively tell people and discourage people from trying my style of play. The reason why my style of play works is because it's for me. It is a very safe play style that I've cultivated and gotten used to for many, 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 many years now. Okay, just because I do it doesn't mean that you should. Just because I'm lazy and I don't pick up a trinket does not mean I'm telling you, hey, that trinket's probably not worth your time to go pick up anyway, so don't do it. Okay, I just want to make that clear on that. So there's a lot of things that I do in Isaac that are nonsensical and usually bred out of playing the same game for the last 10 years plus and having just old habits, that kind of thing. And you would have to really play the game for that long to understand why you kind of get to that part, like this trinket, going out of my way to pick up this trinket is not going to win or lose the run for me, right? It's not one of those life or death situations, unlike a trinket like, say, Sigil of Baphomet or the Cancer Trinket or the Curved Horn, that sort of thing. This would have been a much better room to use the Ace of Diamonds on, that's for sure. Because we have the champion belt, obviously we're going to be dealing with a lot more champions. And champion, there goes the Devil Deal. It wasn't even to a trite that we got hit by. It's just a regular freaking pooter. So our Devil Deal goes down the tubes here, which I'm not too happy about. But Yeah, the champion belt. There's good and bad in champion belt. Obviously, the good is that you get an immediate damage upgrade. Another positive thing for champion belt is the fact that you do get champions. And I realize that sounds a little bit strange, but you got to think of champions in a different light. Champion mobs in Isaac, yeah, they're challenging and yeah, they're annoying and dangerous, but they also give you a very great benefit in resources and pickups when you may not have any opportunity to get anywhere, to get them from anywhere else. We still have a slight chance for the Devil Deal, but at this point, I doubt we're going to get one. This Devil Deal was pretty much moot after us not getting a Soul Heart in the shop. And sometimes it just takes one damage to kind of throw you off your whole game here. And that's one of the things about Isaac that I've always sort of resented whenever you get those Devil Deals where there's just nothing in it. Think about how important Devil Deals are, right? And think about how devastating it is to a run when you don't get them. Now we got we lucked out here, but I'm gonna keep on my point here. Okay, well, yeah, we didn't get one. I am gonna take Necronomicon only for the sense of getting Bookworm. I'm gonna leave the Bible there because we don't need flying really, and I'll keep going in a second. The reason why I took Necronomicon, by the way, was also for the clear speed. Ooh. Polished Bone wouldn't be too bad. They talk about a trinket that is kind of game changing there. Polished Bone can be very huge if you get a large amount of either of the bonies, the dark bonies or the regular bonies, that allow you to have like this army bred. It's almost a little bit like Friend Finder in a way. But going back to my point about Devil Deals and how I resent when the game doesn't give me a Devil Deal, a very good Devil Deal anyway. Excuse me. Man. Think about how altering it is for you to not get a Devil Deal, right? And how difficult it is to actually make it through an entire level without taking red heart damage. And then you get all the way to the Devil Deal, you beat the boss, and then you finally get in the Devil Deal. You haven't taken any red heart damage, and it gives you garbage, kind of like bad shops. It's it's very demoralizing, and it's also incredibly insulting to get all that way for absolutely nothing, and I mean nothing. And then you multiply that frustration over like 10 years of playing the game sometimes when you really desperately need to get a good Devil Deal, and then you just don't. It feels like a real kick in the teeth. So when you need to get Devil Deals, you've got to, that's where we talk about the basics. Go back to fundamentals. You got to learn how to dodge. Dodge, dodge, dodge. Mobility is everything. Dodging is everything in the game. Does not matter how big, how large your tiers are. It doesn't matter how big your damage is. It doesn't matter how fast you're firing. None of that matters if you cannot dodge. Jawbreaker's okay. We could have gone back and gotten the Polished Bone, but the reason why we use the bomb there is because destroying a Charge Beggar actually increases the Devil Deal chance by a whole lot. So it's worth it for that one bomb to simply go and destroy the Charge Beggar to give us a 45% chance for Devil Deal rather than not. We get a Death card. So between Necronomicon and Death card, we might be able to just nuke Rag Mega. Not totally, but I was hoping so. I don't know where that other... not sure where that other ball went. And the fact that we haven't... Yeah, I was going to say. The fact we haven't killed any of these trites yet has been insane. We did get a Devil Deal, so I'm going to attribute that to us raising it through bombing that Charge Beggar. We also got 3 hearts, but none of them soul hearts, unfortunately. And Damocles and Sulfur... Yeah, I mean, we could play the Demon Judgment here, and maybe the Devil Deal will stay open for us to get those 3 hearts from Mr. Dolly. But I'm going to take Sulfur, though. Okay, and it didn't. And I didn't expect it to, and that's okay. So we're very slowly but surely crawling out of this, out of the sort of, well, not sort of, bad start that we had. Thanks to back-to-back tiers upgrades from Mr. Squeezy and Mr. Dolly. Hey, speaking of the push pin, there we go. Sure, come on down, push pin. Sulfur, of course, is going to give us an on-demand brimstone, which is an absolute banger of an item. It also contributes towards the Leviathan transformation, which is very good. So that'd be a lifesaver the other day, and it's just all of that is all that contributes towards having a more stable run. I don't want to say a better run because it makes it seem like the run is one, which is not always the case. But Sulfur is fantastic. Sulfur allows us to essentially just cancel out an entire room, even a boss, where our stats don't really matter at that point because we have Brimstone. Even if it's temporary Brimstone, it's still Brimstone. It makes quick work out of any bosses that we may encounter. That's the real important thing. See here with a very relatively low cooldown with 3 rooms, we're able to use it pretty liberally and get rid of rooms that are just dangerous or even annoying. You're definitely going towards the boss room here. Push pin, by the way, is going to give us a chance to fire out those piercing shots that you see right there. And hey, look, I mean, push pin is it's a good trinket. It is good. There's no downside to it. The piercing shots are nice. But if I have to like use a bomb or something to go pick one up, But if push pin is just sitting out there on the way to a boss or something, yeah, I'll pick it up. And sometimes I won't. Just kind of depends on the mood. I didn't go the other way because I thought for sure we were going towards the boss and not the item room. The Mucor Mycosis finally getting something out of an item room that we can use. I think Betrayal was the only item that we've taken out of an item room. Look at that. Mucor Mycosis. It's got every good effect from Contagion all the way over to Sinus Infection. Also, can we stop getting hit with these Globins, please? This is like the 5th room on this floor. And a greed fight. Oh, good Steam sale, but I was hoping that we didn't have to suffer through a boss fight without Sulfur. We can go all the way back to that room up the top there. There's a Tinted Rock, by the way, right there. We're not going to get. Okay, double soul hearts, very big. It is worth it for us to go all the way back. Maybe. It is worth it for us to go all the way back to... Oh, yeah, I should have known that. The uncleared room, which is not going to be a mini-boss room, so we know that for a fact. Secret room is in the elbow of that other room that we just passed a couple of rooms ago. Yeah, so this is something we kind of have to do. It is taking up a lot of time, but we're not going to make boss rush anyway. I'll show you where the secret room is, because I know where it is now that I've seen the entire map. It is going to be right. Yeah. Okay, if it's here, I'm going to be mad, because it's usually never here. Wow. Well, now we got to go see what's inside the boss trap room. Oh, baby. Yeah, we got to do it. I am going to use Sulfur because we are fighting 2 bosses instead of 1 here. And this is a champion peep, so getting out of here faster than absolutely necessary is ideal. Get Black Megamaw, which is annoying with the spiders, but shouldn't be too bad with Sulfur. Sulfur just makes quick work of everything and anything. Okay, so we are right back in the same spot that we were. Yeah. But it absolutely, that was one thing that just had to happen, right? Like, we needed to get a tiers upgrade. And we're now sitting at 4.44 tiers. We're almost maxed out on that. DPS is looking very good. Even with only 5.32 damage, we're still in a very, very, very comfortable spot from where we were about 10 minutes ago. And it's going to be Fistula, so we didn't even need Sulfur for this. Although Sulfur would be nice, but Contagion, or Mucormycosis is just going to own everything in here. Yeah. Shot speed, I'm fine with that. And yeah, we're looking solid now. Turning it around. Okay. Sometimes I will use Sulfur in these rooms here, not because it's necessarily a difficult room, but just because it's a long room and very annoying to fight. If you do have, range issues or shot speed issues or anything like that, which I'm not saying we do on this one here, but it's kind of like if we have Sulfur, then we need to just use it. You kind of have to goad the spikes that way, and then you'll get them to charge at you. Okay, game. I'm just looking for a full charge so we can go. Okay, that's. You know what? What now? Tried your best to make it to where I wasn't going to be able to use Sulfur in this big room, and you're not going to stop me. Get more shot speed and a tarot card. We had a death card, which I'm just going to use now, and I'm not going to use Sulfur. There's just no reason to at this point. Yeah. Okay, so no teleport to the Devil Deal. We do get a bomb, which is one of the few pickups that we've been needing on this run. Oh, what you gonna do? Look, I'm not. It's the no look. No look Brim Snap. Haha. Got him. I will go into the curse room since we're here, and since we're probably never coming back to this side of the map anyway. Okay. Curse rooms, everybody. All right. The entire circuit, which is the whole big old nothing. Big room is to the right of the item room. We have no bomb. We have plenty of keys. I should go back and get those other 2 keys from that spike room, though. We'll go do that in a second. Yep. Play-Doh cookie, not one of those tier effects that I like. It would be fine if it didn't have Fire Mine attached to it. Why every fire item needs to explode in this game, I'm not sure. But Play-Doh cookie would be fine without that. It would be actually fantastic. Top tier, in fact. Being able to freeze and poison along with burn, yeah, that would be amazing. I don't know why it has to explode, but that's Isaac, baby. Yeah, we get Ultra Secret Room. We get the Sun card. Hierophant we're just going to use right now. With the Hierophant. I will use the Ultra Secret Room now, and I guess take Hypercoagulation. Oh, we got another curse room. How lucky for us to have to go through another curse room. And then we're going to take the Sun card. Take Dreamcatcher. I will take the Charge Baby. Doing a little shopping. Battery is also fantastic for Sulfur, by the way. Well, yeah, technically, yes. The battery is fantastic for Sulfur. We did not pick up the battery. We picked up Charge Baby, which is still good because he does allow you to have a chance to get a second charge off of Sulfur in the same room, but it's unlikely. But it's possible, but unlikely. 73% now for the Devil Deal. Yeah. And we're going to need some more damage if I'm going to be convinced that we're going to go down instead of up here. I am going to knock out a few more episodes today on Isaac. Probably just like another 1 or 2 maximum. Because I don't like getting too far ahead in the queue. And also I got to tally the like streak stuff. Well, but the reason why I'm doing it this weekend is because I am anticipating that people are going to want to see, especially after the feedback on Wednesday's video, people are going to want to see multiple runs on the passive tree mod. And that's why I want to make sure that our regular runs and stuff are taken care of. And then for a second episode per day, we'll see how it goes. Because I would like to do more exploring of the passive tree in that mod. And I'm really hoping that it is just totally separate from your main files. But I don't know for sure. I still, at the time of this recording, I have not tested that yet. I'm gonna take Death's Touch. It is. Is the tears downgrade, but piercing shots is great, and of course we get a nice damage up. Alright, we're gonna use the sun card. Let's see. We get the curse room for free if we find one more bomb. Liking our shot speed with Death's Touch here. There's no reason for us to go any further over there. Wow, this is a garbage map right there. This looks like some kind of weird monkey sloth on the Animaps, the Pokemaps. Yeah, so that's one of the big problems with Mucormycosis, or Mycosis, not Marcosis. I don't know who Marcosis is the fact that it stops the piercing shots from actually going. It will just make the shot, instead of it passing through everything, it will just make it stick to it, and that's not ideal for what is supposed to be like your main bread and butter tier effect. Cool card is there, which I will take. Not because we're going to use it on this floor, but we could use it on the next floor to get out of a challenge room or something like that. I'm hoping that there's mapping in the room, or in the shop, but I have a feeling it's going to be a greed fight. I mean, we already fought one greed fight. We have Steam sale. The game doesn't like that. And there's no mini boss on the map. And yeah, it's like I've played this game a lot. Keep the money, greed. So I would say it's a little bit of an anti-synergy there. Just not being able to have your piercing shots actually pierce is annoying. But it's just an annoyance, right? It's a small price to pay for what is otherwise a fantastic tier effect in Mucormycosis. Yeah, you mom hands need to chill out today. I did well at Lorcana League Night this week. I went an undefeated 10-0. I won all 5 of my pairings, which was very, very nice. I don't know, man. I'm going to take the Polaroid just because we already don't have any Red Heart upgrades. And permanent Polar Invincibility is better for this build. I mean, yeah, we get a little bit of damage with the negative, but then we got to go all the way through Shoal and the Lamb, and that's I don't think this build's quite it. Okay, so we do have Lump of Coal, which is fantastic for any piercing shots. Scales very, very nicely. Should be a double deal here. Or not double deal, a secret room. Yeah, I went undefeated in all 5 of my pairings in Lorcana League night, so I feel pretty good about that. It is nice being able to say that, you know, I think I'm performing pretty decently for a game that I didn't know how to play 3 months ago. And it's been fun sharing that with the Mosh Pit as well. We're currently trying to set up some kind of like league night for Lorcana on the Discord. It would be fun. And you know, a new set just came out, so it's a good time to start learning the game if you've been looking for something to do or like a new TCG to try. I've also started to learn how to play the One Piece TCG, which is not an anime I know anything about, as I said in I think last week. But the TCG is interesting. It plays a lot like Lorcana, to be honest. It's very, very simple. It seems like a lot of fun. It's like a mix between Lorcana and Commander for Magic. It's interesting. And of course, the art on the cards is amazing for the most part. It's got that very bright, colorful anime style, very fun to look at cards. So if there's any One Piece TCG experts out there, you know who to talk to. I'm not going to do that with you there, buddy. We're going to use the Fool card to get back out. I still have a feeling we're going to have to go down anyway. Doing a pretty good job at avoiding bad damage on this run. I can't really think of any instance where we've taken some bad damage. We've taken some damage. That right there, of course, as soon as I say something. But bad damage hasn't been bad. It's been minimal, I would say. Which is surprising considering that we haven't had a single movement speed upgrade minus the virus, which we started the run with. Okay, Super Secret Room is going to give us some Super Secret Bombs and Super Secret Keys. It has more Super Secret Mom Hands, which is not Super Secret Grab Me. We can take the Locus of Death, I guess, because we already have Piercing Shots. We don't need Push Pin anymore. And there is no reason for us to use Sulfur in this room. We're going to use it. We're going to save it for the boss fight. It wouldn't give us a full charge anyway, unless Charge Baby procced, which he didn't, so yeah. We could go get that key there as well, since we have a Golden Bomb. There's no reason not to. I am going to take Magic Scab here. I know that the reason why I said I'm going up for the Polaroid invincibility is because of the fact that we don't have any red hearts, but we are pretty much guaranteed for a Devil Deal on the next floor. Almost guaranteed. That's why I said pretty much. So that way we can avoid having to use 3 Soul Hearts for Devil Deal instead of 1. Yep. Judgment here. Regular Secret Room is there. There's the Keeper, which we can bomb, so 73%. We should be good for a Devil Deal. Now we can use this. We can use this Temperance Machine to go down to Polar Invincibility again, which I am going to do. It's worth it for us. Gonna go up, isn't it? Okay, it's calm down there, Bomb Physics, a little bit here. We get a Justice card, Fool card, and a Hierophant card. Nice freeze there by Charge Baby. I didn't even notice that shot was coming right for us. 4 Soul Hearts. Know what to do with is good. I really wish the Mucor Mycosis Tears would just pierce through and then leave the spore behind. instead of just stopping. It's not a huge deal. It's a little bit jarring to see your piercing shots, where supposed to be piercing shots, just stop on a target. There we go. There we go. And pop sulfur here. Problem at all. Do get our devil deal. And yeah, take both of these. Mark, which is going to give us a soul heart, and then empty vessel, which is going to put us almost right back up to the top. We get the soul heart to top our HP off, and we are looking pretty. We're looking pretty good. Well, it started off as a very not great start, turned into a very okay run. There's nothing really, I would say, overwhelmingly dominant over our damage or anything like that. But today we just played well. I mean, I think that we had very clear, concise picks. For items, we had okay devil deals, I would say. Sulfur was really the pick of the litter here. And it just shows you how important sulfur can be when you really have nothing going for you. Oh baby, even get ourselves Emperor card. The game is ready for this run to be over, I see. On to the next one. I know. Hey, at least it wasn't a crawl episode, right? I mean, I think 2 a week is about my limit of... Oh, really, 1 a month is about my limit. Now, somebody brought up an interesting point in Twitch chat the other day. They said that they don't recall us actually doing a bona fide Omega run, like an actual completed Omega run this year. And I did not think that was true. I know that we've attempted some Omega runs this year, but we just never saw... We never got to complete one because we keep getting Satan blocked. Ooh. So I think that's true. The Mosh Pit historians for 2024, you guys and gals are gonna have to give us some clarity on that. Have we had an Omega run this year? I don't know if we had or not. But the fact that I can't remember if we did or not shows that we probably didn't. So hopefully, next opportunity we get to do an Omega run, I will. I know that there was one run where we had maybe a chance to, but I do recall that video being really, really long already. So I passed on the Omega run. But mark my word, the next time we get a chance to do an Omega run, we will have an Omega run this year. And that video is going to explode. Because we have not had one in apparently a year. This run, it was not an Omega run. It was a fun run nonetheless. And we had a funny meme of the day. So, good stuff. Good combinations. Good tears rate. Good conversations. Outside of the little bit of an anti-synergy with mucormycosis and Death's Touch. All around good fun. So have a great weekend, everybody. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you click the like button. Leave a comment down below. Remember, we've got a bona fide like streak going on right now. 3,000 likes. We get up to 322, which puts us almost 1 week away from the worst run of the Repentance Era redo run. Make sure you vote for the nomination that you think is the worst of the Repentance Era for the redo. And as always, have a great weekend, and I will see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. I'd like to thank some patrons of mine like G. Ben Gaijin, Katie Bobady, and Eric Mantel. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of my episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Sinvicta.